Beers from the butcher are pretty easy to find nowadays in the Cleveland area, especially over on my side of Cleveland. But it's very rare for me to find one that's not some sort of IPA. So when I do see one, I've got to pick it up. What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. So the other day I was at Rozi's, my go-to bottle shop, can shop, whatever you want to call it. It's an awesome spot. If you're ever on the west side of Cleveland, check it out. It's in Lakewood. And while I was there, I saw this beer right here. And this is a beer from Hop Butcher for the World. Hop Butcher for the World makes tons and tons of IPAs. I see them all over the place, but I rarely see beers from them that are not IPAs. I just recently saw, oh man, I can always forget his name. Fez Meets Beer, I think it is. I always forget his name. Review like a couple of stouts from Hop Butcher I'd really like to get. But anyways, this is the Southworks from Hop Butcher for the World. They're out of Chicago, Illinois. And this is a Zwickel style beer. So it's crazy to see them do something other than an IPA. Now, Zwickel beer is an unpasteurized German lager. They're naturally cloudy, usually because of this, or due to the yeast, the suspended yeast in them. And it's a pretty odd style I don't see a lot of in the US. So it's really cool to see the Butch do a style like that. On the can here, it's got some crazy looking house thing, walking with a toolbox and a yardstick or a ruler or something, and it just says Southworks on it. They usually have cool artwork. And on the can here it says, HBC 1134 hopped, Zwickel style lager, 5% alcohol, it's 1 pint. There's a canned on date on the bottom of April 11th, 2026, so this is still pretty close to in date here as it's the end of July. On the back here, it just says Hop Butcher for the World tasting notes. Zest and citrus, stone fruits, pleasant herbal. Artwork by Dan Greska. I think Dan Greska does all their art, all their can art. But I'm glad that they listed on the can very easily to read. And that is everything on the can worth mentioning here. So I'm excited to try this. I don't know the last time I've had a Zwickel or a Zwickel beer or a Keller beer, whatever you want to call them. I looked it up to see what kind of glassware you're supposed to use. And it says a beer mug, dimple mug, something with a handle, thicker glass. So I decided to pull out my King's Head beer mug here that my friend and viewer of the channel, Jared, got me. I really need to get myself a dimple mug. I paid $4.35 for this can at Rozi's. Get it on into the glass here. On Untapped, this gets a 3.85 with 483 check-ins. Beer Advocate, there was no score. I don't know if I knob-headed that or that's just a very active beer. I mean, maybe with all these, since it's unpasteurized and it's got the yeast in it still to make it cloudy, maybe that's why it's an active pour. Big, large head on that. See if I can get a nose on it while the head's dying down. Not a very strong scent. Just kind of a bready, yeasty kind of beer scent, but it's not very strong. Surprisingly, I didn't manage to dip my beak in it. Color. That is a cloudy, I don't know, like medium yellow color. I'd probably go with about a 5 on my SRM chart for that color. And it's got 2 fingers of bright white head that's just sticking there. It's not really dissipating much. Yeah, that scent is very fine. And it's just kind of almost like a bready, yeasty beer scent. It's very, very subtle. Well, I'm excited to try this Zwickel beer from Hop Butcher for the World. Here's to Southworks. Cheers. It's beer-flavored beer. It's light, but almost medium-bodied. And it's beer. I mean, there's not a lot going on here. It's just beer flavored beer. It's light to medium, a hair of breadiness to it, a tinge of very fine bitterness on the finish. It's a little drying, but there's not much there. It's just kind of a beer flavored beer. So for $4.35 for this pint can, I could pick up better beer flavored beers. However, this is well done for what it is. It's hard to really rate something like this because it is, I think it is a good beer, it does a good job. But for $4.35 a can for this, you're getting kind of pricey here. I mean, I know it's a craft beer. It's basically a craft unpasteurized German style lager. That's good, don't get me wrong. It does what it's supposed to do. But I'm kind of torn on the $4.35 mark. I mean, this would be great crushing beer. You could crush a bunch of these all day long, but that would get real expensive at this price point. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I mean, at $4.35 a can, that would be like almost $50 for a 12-pack, which is absurd for a beer of this style, for a light, easy drinking beer. But somebody handed it to me at a party, I wouldn't be mad at all. Would I buy it again? Not for this price. But what it is, I mean, the flavors are there. Like, it's, I don't know. Yeah, I would give it a horns up, but I wouldn't buy it again. Not at that price. It is cool to see Hop Butcher for the World putting out something other than IPAs. But something like this, a style like this, beer style like this, it's got to be at least half that price for me to buy it again. Just because generally if I'm paying $4, $5, $6 a beer at a shop to bring home, I want bigger, bolder flavors, something crazier. If I'm buying session beers just to crush, I want something cheap and flavorful. And this is like right in between those two things. So I doubt I would ever buy this again. But it was worth trying. Again, it's cool to see Hop Butcher for the World do a beer that's not a IPA. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid beer, just not worth $4.35. Have you had the Zwickel beer before from Hop Butcher? What did you pay for it? What do you think about the price point on this style of beer for this can? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, embrace the adventure.